Um, uh, okay, so the second icon, but Mario, that's when I see them, right? Or do I have to search for them? Do I have to search for them? Invite to join tab pops. Invite Megadeth. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Hun, can you grab him? It's chaos. Does anyone else have twins? I'm trying to find Lamb of God.
Jeez.
Yeah, you hear my kid? He's
Are we
mad. He
having
wants to be in here.
vocal auditions here today or what?
Dude, he has the vocal cords of dad. He is ready to go. He is ready to go. He's just mad. He wants sweets right now, and he's not accepting no for an answer. How you doing, Dave? Great to see you. Sorry about the noise.
That's okay. How we doing out there, Matt?
We're doing fantastic. He's just mad because he's been wanting popsicles, ice cream, donuts all the freaking time. So that's just what he's always asking for now.
You know what? That's pretty much my diet, except for the donuts, popsicles, and ice cream. I love that stuff.
Heck yes, yeah. So he's got our taste buds. He's ready to go. What's up, Randy? How you
Yo.
doing, my friend? Dave was just greeted with my son screaming, so
Yeah,
we're off
I
to a
saw.
good start.
You did. Can you guys
Off to a
hear
great
me?
start. Oh yeah, perfectly. You both look wonderful. Great to see you both. It's been too long. It's been too long.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, good. Again, apologies for the kids. They're 3, so you know how it goes, Dave. You know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Randy.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, man. Just hanging in there. You
It's good. It's good.
how's the weather where you are?
Actually, it's sunny today. We had a little bit of snow last week. I had to go down to Florida, so we got out just in time. But we heard that there's going to be 10 inches this weekend,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, who would have thunk that you'd move out of California and you'd start getting all this cold weather back here? These polar vortexes suck. The snow, I think, is cool.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow soon too, I think too, but we're in Virginia, so it snows like an inch. Everybody panics. The grocery stores are wiped out of
Yeah.
bread and milk for some reason, and then it melts the next day.
Are you still living in Virginia?
Yeah, Richmond. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I feel bad talking about my weather. It's freaking perfect here in Florida. It's like 65, 66.
Of course it
That's
is.
actually where I went to. We were down in Fort Lauderdale to go do the Rock and Roll Fantasy Club camp. I can't remember the way that they say it. I just know that we got out of the fucking snow and went down to Florida.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
we're
Yeah.
a little partial to that stretch where, Seaside and Alice Beach and Rosemary is along there. That's kind of where my wife and kids kind of like, I don't care. As long as there's Wi-Fi and a strong coffee someplace and a good pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I could
Yeah.
live
There-
Well, hopefully you're down to Orlando next time, so I could take you around the coffee and food places, or the ice cream places, ice cream and coffee places.
All right.
That's where we're gonna go.
That
That's
sounds
where we're
good.
gonna go. Heck yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Truly appreciate it. As the world just saw Metal Tour of the Year 2 just announced, I'm freaking stoked, excited. I'm combining words.
New
Gentlemen,
word.
yes,
Yeah,
extoded. Extoded. That's dad brain. You guys are getting peak hayfee dad brain today. Big question. Standout favorite show from last run. Dave, favorite show last run.
Oh God, it would probably have been the first one because I was so excited for us all to be back together again. I don't get a chance at all to spend time with any of you guys other than when we're out at our jobs, and I just knew for the first time in a really long time I was going to get whatever time I would have. I would be able to have a chance to start a new relationship with all you guys, and some of the people were completely new friends, like the guys in Hatebreed, which I know you guys all know them, but I didn't really. And I kind of know the guys in Flames, but I love both you guys and your groups a lot. I've actually got a fucking great surprise, actually, for you guys. I'll tell you as soon as we get it confirmed. But if this thing comes through, it's an extracurricular activity that we can do.
Love it.
on our day off before Nashville. If this happens, man, I promise you it'll be so fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. How about you, Randy? What was your favorite show?
Well, okay, nothing against Texas or Austin, the first show, but that was not my favorite show. I think, because for a couple of reasons. Well, the main reason being, this was our first tour we've ever had pyro, right? And so I was nervous. That's one reason. I'll be honest. I was nervous. I was like, ah! And the other reason is like idiots, we decided to start our first tour we ever used pyro with. We decided to break it in outdoors in Texas in the heat. It was like so hot. But no, that Austin was a really good show. We've had a few good shows there. But I think I was thinking about this the other day. I think one of my favorites, as far as I recall, was Concord, Northern California. I believe they went really hard at that show, you know, and it was nice to be out in the countryside there too.
That was an amazing one. That was a good one. For me, I'd say...
And New Mexico.
That was insane. And that was such a beautiful venue. That was such a beautiful venue.
That venue, every time we play there, we normally go on stage right as sun is setting, and it bums me out. So I'm always running back there to the back to take a photo of the sunset and running straight to stage, which is what I did. But if you ever get the chance to watch the sunset behind that venue, it's gorgeous. Isleta Amphitheater.
It is.
That's awesome.
It is.
For me, I would say Minneapolis, the final show, the whole run. That one was insane. And I love that there were no seats. It was all floor. The whole thing was just bouncing. And your guys' sets were amazing that night. There's something about that place. I've never been there before, but I love how it looks like a city square. It looks like almost like a New York or European-esque New York City square. Yeah. But it's indoors. I love the aesthetic of that vibe. It
kind of did have a European feel to the layout inside, you know.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I love that. Well, I kind of went backwards in the questions, but one question that all the fans have been asking that they want to ask both, even individually, what was it like setting foot on stage, playing a show again for the first time after this big, long chunk of time that none of us have played shows?
You want
Dave?
to
go ahead, Dave.
Well, for me, it was kind of a victorious feeling, but nothing compared to the feeling of taking the stage again after 9/11. That was a feeling that, knowing that our spirit was just standing defiantly inside, just whether or not we said it on the outside, on the inside, I think we were all saying, fuck you. We didn't know who did what, but I know that we were pissed. And to take the stage again, it was a really big finger up to whoever it was that was going to threaten our freedom and stuff. And it lasted for quite a while after that first show, because if you remember, right after that, we were followed up with the anthrax threats everywhere. So going through the LA riots and all this stuff, and coming out to do this tour with whatever anybody believes this to be, whether they believe it's real or not real. For me, I was so excited to get out to play again. It really felt like we were getting out of jail. Not that it feels like.
I think for me, it was super. See, we released. Did you guys? Neither of you guys released a record recently, right?
We did one right when everything shut down. We just decided to drop it.
Right when everything shut down. I couldn't remember when it came out. We released one in June of 2020, and it was so weird to not go on tour. I've spent my entire adult life basically making records, and then after they're done, going on tour. And we put a record out, and it was very well received, but then we didn't go anywhere because nobody was touring, and it was so weird. It felt like one of my functions in life had been removed. I kind of didn't know what to do. I was like, what do I do? We have this record out. We're supposed to go. I'm programmed. You know what I mean? Make record, go tour. That's the schedule. And so I think for me, when we actually got on tour, and we played those shows. I remember I was complaining a little bit about the heat earlier in Austin, but because it was brutal. But I remember being at sound check. I remember even just being at rehearsals for the tour and being like, this is awesome. I felt like my sort of one of my purposes in life had been given back to me, because I do photography, I write and other stuff, but obviously a huge part of my life is being a musician. And my favorite part of that, some guys are studio guys. I hate the studio. I view it as a necessary evil. But Mark Morton loves it. For me, I love touring. I love it, love it, love it. I love playing live. And for me, it felt like one of my favorite parts of my life had been given back to me, because music is a huge part of my life, obviously. And that touring aspect, playing in front of people and sharing with everyone, had just been like, whoop, taken away. And it was like, I was kind of baffled for a while. Like, what do I do?
Absolutely.
So it felt really good.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, for us, I told both of you all on the last run, but that was the most fun U.S. tour we've ever done in our entire career. I mean, we've been touring the States for a while now, I guess since like 2003, so it's not that long, but it was the most fun we've ever had. And to be able to do some jiu-jitsu stuff with your camp, Dave, and be able to grab some food together and then be able to hang out with you, Randy, like having that fun photo shoot within the photo shoot with Safford, that was such a fun experience because all of us in Trivium, we were inspired going to both your band shows coming up. So it was so cool to be able to do this together. And I'm so happy we got leg 2 coming up. I wished it and willed it into the air. So I'm so happy it's happening. Everyone's listening, metaltouroftheyear.com to get your tickets. Before we hit the last couple spots with each of you, Dave, your new guitar is coming out soon. Can you give us some details about that? Any dates, any specs? We're all excited about that.
Sure. I think you asked me a question about my guitar and the specs and details and stuff. One of us is having a problem.
Oh, I think we're getting a little bit of chop in the connection, Dave. Let's let that fix in 1 second. It could be me.
No, it's Dave.
Okay. We've got a little bit of bufferage. 1 second.
Here. So I apologize for that if it's my phone.
Oh, no worries, man.
I became ambassador for Gibson guitars, and I represent all three: Gibson, Epiphone, and Kramer. And okay, yeah. So I became the ambassador for the company, and it's an honor for me. It's quite a responsibility. But one of the first things we did was we hot rodded a Flying V for me, so that we would be able to give the guitar playing public an idea of what the future looks like with Gibson. And that not only am I going to have my signature stuff, but we're talking about a lot of other things, maybe some design things that are going to make a lot of the models that are there hot bottom somehow. There's a guy there that has a custom shop that I think his name's Tom Moore. I think his name is, and he'll work on the Gibsons and name the double or triple in value. He's worked on them. I think the fact.
Dave's buffering.
Yeah. Dave, your connection, if you can hear me, connection's a little chopped.
Use the Wi-Fi.
The Flying V's had
I can tell you about my new guitar.
I was going to ask you about camera gear. Dave, if you can hear me, it's
So
still
far,
chopping.
like, what's one of the first designs, and was the original?
I want to cut him off. Mario, if you're listening, can you text him that his connection's chopping?
I wonder if he's using Wi-Fi. He should use Wi-Fi. And
maybe he'll jump back in. Randy, what camera gear are you bringing on this run?
oh god,
Leica this time?
Of course,
Again?
Leica.
Yeah.
Regrettably, yesterday they released the new Leica M11, and it looks like a beast. And I have a good relationship with them professionally. The last tour I had them they loaned me a Leica Q2 monochrome, and I shot the whole tour with it. And there was a blog about it. There's a picture of you on the Leica blog.
Oh yeah, I remember that. The photographer came out in Sweden. He like burned his arm on this heater in the dressing room. He's got like tiger stripes on his arm permanently now from like touching this European heater. Sorry, Dave, your connection chopped out on us, but I think it looks a lot better now. I think.
You there, bud, Dave? He's coffeeing. You got your microphone on?
Maybe the Bluetooth or something. There's a buffer again.
Well, maybe
that's what's
snowing.
tough. That's what's tough with Instagram Live for me, because you can't like hardwire it. Like I think it's weird that it's always Wi-Fi or phone. But as he buffers, maybe he'll come back in. You were saying though about that the blog and then the gear you're bringing out.
Yeah, I shot the whole tour with the Q2 monochrome, and there's a picture of you doing yoga stretches in Boston.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were. Is before the opened.
I love that photo.
And you were. Someone just said this is my favorite horror flick. That's fucking funny. You were doing yoga stretches and shit, and in between the seats. But it's on the Leica camera blog thing about you. If you search under Leica camera blog, there's all pictures I took with that. But they just released a new M11, and or they announced it. So if it's out by then, I'll probably have one of those to shoot with.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was very interesting shooting that tour. Someone asked what IPA. This is the Brewdog Ghostwalker Lamb of God, now non-alcoholic beer. Because I can't touch the real stuff. I don't act right. But yeah, it was very interesting shooting photos of that tour because of all the weird rules and regulations, and just, it was a great time, but it was definitely a different sort of tour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely, I don't know. It just wasn't as loose as it always is.
Yeah. Hopefully we can hang a little easier on this next one, but we're able to.
Yeah, I hope so too. I certainly hope so. I think things hopefully will have eased a bit by then. You know? So regardless, it's going to happen. And, barring any unforeseen circumstances, let's talk about In Flames. They are coming out, and I'm real stoked. I haven't seen those guys in a few years, obviously. Dave left, someone's asking, because his connection crapped out. I guess he's might try to get back on.
Yeah, I've got the invite going. Mario was texting me, but I know also Instagram Live, if I tab out to see something, it'll kill the whole Instagram Live. So
right.
This is why I use the other platforms.
Right. Well, oh yeah, you're the king streamer.
I try. Everybody still wants you to get on it, man. Everyone still talks about your clips, and they want to see you on Twitch, man. I get it. I get requests daily for you to be on there.
Can I just get on there and be an idiot for like an hour every
That's
day?
like what at least 75% of all streamers, if not successful streamers, do. So I recommend that.
Just get on there and talk nonsense.
Dude, you can even just talk. You don't have to do. You can even just talk from your couch. You don't have to do anything more than that. That's just what people want. They just want to chat
sit here and drink non-alcoholic beer and smoke my stupid e-cigs.
Yes.
And which I'm trying to get off of before this tour.
Dude, one of the biggest streams recently that I heard of, a guy just he would just stream himself sleeping, and he had like an astronomical amount of paying subscribers just from sleeping. And that's all he would do. He'd just start the stream when he's sleeping, so he would do nothing, and he'd get paid for it.
You know, I sleep with my eyes open.
That's terrifying.
Yes, it's fucking freaks people out. Like Mark is always like, dude, like I'll be asleep and on the couch in the front lounge like this, just like looking, and they're like, what the fuck? It's creepy, I guess, you know. But that's cool. Always watching, you know.
Yep.
We could tell our favorite Dave Mustaine stories for the entertainment of everyone, you know. What's a good Mustaine story that we could share?
He might be. I'm trying to up the invite back in, and I'm seeing like Justin just tried to text me too. But Justin and Mario, if you're watching this, I can't tab over and look at the text, or it's gonna break the connection between Randy and I.
Right.
Old Instagram Live.
Yeah. Old Instagram Live. Here we are.
Yep. You know, I am requested to sing the Tom Araya song daily as well.
Oh,
so you've created that into like into a living meme. I love it. I love it.
I believe I sent it to him.
Yeah,
I did. I sent it to him and his wife. They thought it was fucking hilarious.
It's great. It's a freaking hook, man. It's a freaking hook.
Yeah. Well, it is, dude. It's very you know, there's those songs that when you're on tour with someone forever, like we were, you know, we were out for a while, and you hear their set every day, and then you just sort of start singing your own lyrics to whatever their catchiest song is, you know.
Yep.
Or just, you know, doing the music. Like we're on tour with Gojira. I remember everybody after like 3 days, everybody's just walking around going, pew, pew,
the laser sound,
car noises they do, you know.
Yep.
Like, what's up, dude? Pew. With you, it was Tom Araya.
I'm gonna make a version of that. I'm gonna make a version of that.
Should I'll do guest.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
that'll be your first Twitch stream. I'll make the music there's no vocals, and you sing on it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, everybody, metaltourtheyear.com, get your tickets, because the last one, the tickets went insane. I'm sure the same case on this one. I'm looking forward to hanging.
You know, the ticket sales for the I will say one thing I'm excited about this tour is we were playing what they call B and C markets. If people are unaware of that, what that means, like A markets are stuff like New York City, Chicago, bigger cities, and you generally always hit those markets, and you'll do a tour cycle of all the A markets, and then you'll come back and do the B and C markets. And don't get me wrong, I got love for New York and Chicago and LA and all that stuff, but the B and C markets, particularly like the really smaller ones, like in some of the C markets, the people don't get as many shows, and when they come out, they're super appreciative of it, you know. And those shows, I think, can be really the most fun because of just how awesome the audience response is. You know? Well,
it's like Concord, like you mentioned. Concord, like I didn't know I thought that was the San Francisco show, and our drummer's from Modesto, so I mentioned the cities. I was like, hey, he was from San Francisco. There's a couple people. When I said Modesto, it was like 60-75% of the crowd. So that's definitely like that was the best California show, in my opinion, too. That kind of like off-market area. Yeah,
or you know, we're going to somewhere like, and people, you know, are probably going to get insulted because you say B or C markets. It's simply a fucking business term. Don't get your panties in a twist, people.
Did you see the thing that Paulo did?
I'm saying that the shows are better there, basically.
Some people were like, I think they were asking Mark. They're like, hey, why aren't you guys playing in Virginia? And I think Paulo or Mark, or they're both in on it. Paulo's like, oh, we hate Virginia, so we didn't let the tour play there. And so people believed it. They believed that Paulo made the call that Lamb of God is not playing Virginia.
Yeah. By the way, we don't book the tour. When the tour occurs, the dudes in Trivium, Megadeth, Lamb of God, and In Flames don't get together and look at a map and say, bunk, 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 we're going to go here and here. Nah, fuck these people. Okay, we like this city. That's not how it goes, you know?
Yep.
Like a booking agent makes the routing, and it often is dependent on what venues are open, what other tours are out. So it's a complex job booking, routing a tour. I'm glad I don't do it. Although half the time dudes and bands are like, who routed this tour? Are they freaking insane, you know?
Yeah.
Someone asked if Nashville was a B market. That's a good question. I don't think so at this point. Probably, I would say I call Nashville like an A market. I would think, you know, they get a lot of shows, and you know, there's so many people there. Nashville is it's growing so quickly. But somewhere, you know, like Tulsa's a B market, but shows are fucking great there, man. Mm-hmm. Great, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Heck yes.
So yeah, it's going to be a good time, you know.
It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for having Trivium back on there, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good old time. Gonna love it.
We're gonna have a good time. We need to go out for some Japanese food.
I'm so in. We need to eat. On last tour, we didn't get to eat anything other than catering together. So let's do it for real. It'll be great.
Yeah, man. Let's get some food.
Awesome.
What else you want to talk about?
Oh, I think that anything you want to chat on it. I didn't want to hold you up too long, but whatever. I think. What city do you think on this next run is going to be? That's a hard call. What do you think is going to be the one next run?
That's a really hard call. I mean, I looked at the routing. I am interested. I will say one thing I want to happen. Anybody?
Uh-oh. I can't hear you now. Uh-oh. I don't have you anymore. There it is. Now I hear you.
Hey, did I come back?
Yes.
Okay.
It could be me. I hope it's not me. It could be me.
No. I'm going to explain to you what happened. I have a limit on Instagram. A time limit. So I don't endlessly scroll it all day long. And in fact, as of late, I will check Instagram at once, maybe twice during the day for messages, and then I'll erase it from my phone. So I have to download it every day because I'm writing a new book right now, you know.
Yeah,
so it's
that's awesome.
I can't be sitting on fucking Instagram all day long. And but what I was gonna say, one thing I'm looking forward to, one city, and if anybody's down in Louisiana, we are coming. Someone said he's using Dave's Wi-Fi.
Internet's quick, man.
Yeah, so people are quick. People are funny. There's so much shit I can't read it all.
This is what your Twitch stream will be like, but you'll be like more talking to them than me.
Like it's too. I'm like, what? The one city if anybody's down Louisiana, we're coming to Lafayette, I believe. Is that where it is? It's not Shreveport. It's Lafayette.
I think it's Lafayette. Yeah,
it's Lafayette. Someone down there, hook it up. Because I think crawfish are going to be in season at that time.
Bring it.
Spring.
Man, we've got Viet Cajun places. Have you ever had Viet Cajun crawfish?
What, Vietnamese?
Vietnamese style Cajun.
Yeah, well, you know why there's Vietnamese and Cajun, right? Because there's a ton of Vietnamese people in Louisiana who are shrimpers. Because they do that in Vietnam. They have the skills on the boat and so forth. And when they came to the U.S., they're like, where can we go and use the knowledge we already have, I guess. So they're great shrimp boat people.
Oh, dang, that's awesome. I'm always curious because we've got a little Vietnam here, but then we've got a couple Viet Cajun places. And man.
There's a ton of Vietnamese shrimpers down in Louisiana.
That's awesome.
So, by the way, if anybody's from Louisiana, let's hook it up. When we get down there, we need a big ass crawfish boil. I want some, what do I want? I want some etouffee. I want some boudin. I want some
gumbo.
Bring it. I want it all. I took my chick to New Orleans last spring to go visit with Jimmy Bauer for my I was like, we're going. And went to New Orleans expressly to eat crawfish. That's good.
Awesome. That's awesome. Man. I got to do that. New Orleans.
Yeah,
awesome,
so
man.
Good. They'll be in season then too, I believe. So when we hit Lafayette,
let's do it.
I think they have them in Texas a lot too.
Yep.
So are we going to Corpus Christi?
I don't recall. I would
I
check
think
on
we're
here,
going,
but then lose us.
I think we're
Chat, do
going
you
to
know?
Corpus Christi.
Chat, are we playing Corpus Christi? They'll know. But yeah, hopefully we've got some awesome days off in good cities for food. That's what I like. I love the shows, but I love days off in food cities. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Let's go eat and fucking get gnarly. Someone just said, yeah, this old guy needs to be on Twitch. Yeah,
They're talking.
shit,
They're talking about me. They're talking about me.
Yeah,
You look
whatever.
younger than I do.
You're a whippersnapper, dude.
I try, man. My kids have aged me. They have aged me.
I'm older than dirt. You know, it's all good.
Beautiful though. That's what counts.
Someone said Randy is over limit today. Yeah, I went over my limit. I was. So
Heck yes. Well, I'm honored you went over your Instagram limit for me. So that's awesome, man. But yeah, metaltouroftheyear.com. Everybody get your tickets. They're going to sell out. Randy, absolute pleasure seeing you as always. Can't wait to tour, but more importantly, eat with you very soon.
Let's go get some food, bro.
Let's do it. All right, my friend. Thank you so much. Everybody, keep telling Randy to join Twitch because I'm going to tell him to. All right, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Be well, everybody. Y'all be good. We look forward
Later,
to
friends.
seeing you on the tour.
Take care. Thank you so much, man.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.